I'm just gonna say this. This building is kicking out people like me on a fixed income who's under 55 because they want to give my apartment to people from New York who are fleeing because of Mundummy. I can't find any available housing. The only thing that comes available is 2-bedroom anywhere. I've called multiple complexes. They only have 2-bedroom, only one person. HUD won't let me have a 2-bedroom. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to lose my apartment because the people on this building want New York money. But for the apartments, they want New York money. You know, the high end money that comes from somebody from New York. You know what I think? I think that they should not be allowed to leave New York. They voted for that crap. They should be forced to stay there. If they hate that sucker so much, then impeach him. Impeach him. I mean, there's got to be some kind of process to get rid of a scumbag mayor. We have one to get rid of presidents. They tried to impeach Trump's stupid butt twice. I mean, they tried to impeach him over lies. They tried to impeach Biden over stuff that was actually true, and that didn't work either. Oh, and they also tried to do that with Clinton, I think, at one point when he got caught cheating on his wife. Which, I don't know why they were trying to impeach him over that. That's more like a marital domestic issue than it is really a political one. If the guy's cheating on his wife, isn't that more of a marital problem? I don't know. I'm not trying to defend Clinton. But I do know one thing I will say that I remember hearing about Clinton. And I'm not giving the man any praise for some of the things he does or doesn't do. But he at least knows how to use a checkbook. He got the national debt down. All these other idiots keep bringing it up. So, like I said, I don't know how much or what caused that administration to bring the national debt down. But everybody since then just keeps running the numbers up. More taxes, more money, more high costs. I will agree with one thing I saw in a video on Disney Adult. You can't take it with you. We don't need all this high tax crap. This isn't necessary. All the money you're spending on bombs that you're sending into Iran, you could spend that on a lot of things Americans need, Trump. You don't need... Screw Iran. I mean, North Korea's existed for years and they don't bother nobody. They got nukes. And their whole population's retarded. From what I understand. I understand that North Korea's average IQ is by what I heard what we have in the United States, or by our education standards, they're retarded. You know how else is retarded? Anybody that lives in a blue state, you're also retarded. And I can say that. I rode the short bus. I rode the short bus because I had asthma, dyslexia, schizophrenia, actual handicaps. I think anybody that lives in a blue state, they probably, since most of them are illiterate and stupid, they probably belong on the short bus. The short bus that needs to be driven right off into the ocean. Just drive it right off the ocean full of these idiots. And I'll keep saying I hate Democrats because Democrats are stupid. Or socialist Democrats. They at one point called them progressive. There's nothing progressive about anything they're doing. Everything they're doing is pre-civilization. It's all stupidity. I know I've said before, are we de-evolving? People can't read. Well, they can't read because their parents never taught them the joy of reading. Their parents never... I mean, most of those kids that can't read, their parents never sat them down with a Goosebumps book or Harry Potter or whatever, or even a comic book. In my case, I was started on comic books, still do comic books, but again, we wouldn't have illiteracy if people would actually buy their kids' books, comic books. I know we don't have any really writers that have wrote anything for the youth lately. I mean, I don't think we have any real... Because everybody wants to be lazy and hit play on Audible instead of read. But yeah, I'm going to have anywhere to be housed. because there's nothing but 2 bedrooms, and HUD won't let me have a 2-bedroom being one person because they want to give this apartment to some dickhead out of New York. I don't know who owns Aston Point, but I think I think it's only get asshole point. I think it's definitely on point. Kick me out. Handicaps under 55, so they can let a New Yorker have my apartment. He was probably 55 or older. You know what? I'm just gonna say this. This isn't fair. This isn't right. This is disgusting. I was born in South Carolina. I was born in a hospital that no longer exists. It was torn down and rebuilt into smaller medical centers at its location. I went to a high school that no longer exists. I've ever been to a high school with the same name, but the actual one I went to doesn't exist. Well, I didn't really go. I was homeschooled, but yeah. I've been trying to call governors, senators, everybody I could think of, Washington. Because I don't want to end up on the street because somebody wants to give this apartment that I'm paying $280 for to some a-hole from New York they can charge $1,400 or $2,500 for. Somebody needs to stop this. This isn't fair. I haven't done anything to be victimized here. I mean, yeah, I said the lady should be fired because she doesn't want to deal with like special needs people's requests. Doesn't want to deal with our handicaps. So she's basically forcing us all out, not giving us nieces, kicking us out because she doesn't want to deal with our handicaps, which I know why. Yeah, okay, I walk with a cane, go up and down the steps, okay? Other people have other issues. The other people that are basically running out of here are people that have, like, issues, and they don't want us here because they don't want us falling off steps and breaking our neck, I guess, because, insurance, liability, whatever, they can probably use that as BS. They're going to say, oh, well, we can't cater to their disability needs. Well, if you ask me, where were we supposed to go? My family, none of them have any room. None of them. Their houses are all full. I had no family take me in. I keep worrying when the eviction notice is going to end up on the door. And the government is allowing this crap to take place. Governor Henry Masters, this is your state. Senator Scott, this is your state. Why are you allowing people that have birth certificates and family history dating back to before World War II here end up on the street to house New York scumbags? I'm a registered voter. I know I'm only one voter, but I'm a disabled voter. This is how I'm protected. Class, how am I protected if I'm going to lose my housing because these smucks or scumbags or whatever want to kick me out, charge $2,500 for this place, and give it to somebody out of New York or California? They said that one time Trump was thinking of putting the walls around certain parts of the country, like in that episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine where they had the poor start part of the city rolled off. We should wall off New York. A wildfire should just vaporize California because that place is a trash dump anyway. I think next time California catches on fire, nobody should put it out. Just let the damn thing burn. Just let it burn. Come on. Next, you guys that are firefighter, pilot, don't get in your plane. Just leave. Leave. Let it burn. Let it burn. Because all this crap started there. Let California burn. Let it burn. Next time New York floods, let it flood. Let it flood and wipe every one of those stupid skyscrapers into the ocean. Just let both of those places be wiped off the map because they're full of idiots. They're full of people that are so stupid they can't read. They can't use money, that's why they steal. Oh yeah, and they don't know what a family is because they don't know that children are supposed to have two parents. I mean, I bet New York's probably, I bet these people in these blue states, I bet these, the women living in the blue states, these ghetto queens. I mean, but you could be the guy in school and you go into school and the teacher, hey, I was with your mom last weekend at the bar. Your new little brother, that's probably mine. That joke that everyone's been with your mom. That's not a joke anymore. That's a reality for some people. Just think about it. There's households of little boys, little girls, and you could probably have someone say, "Hey, I saw your mom naked on the internet," and it'd probably be true because your mom probably recorded her activities with the man she met at the bar and posted on, whatever. These dark times don't have to be this way. I thought Trump getting elected was going to fix some things, and it kind of is. I mean, I don't know, what has he fixed? Actually, I don't think he's really fixed anything. I mean, he's trying to get all the illegals out of the country. I guess he's trying to fix that. What else has he fixed? He's trying to give more income tax to families and elderly. Well, I guess he's fixing that. Or at least trying to. He's trying to make it you have to use your driver's license to vote. Okay, I guess he's trying to fix that. I don't know why. I know one-party systems are bad, but when the other party system is psychotic terrorists, that are communists, and according to our government policies back in the 50s, there's supposed to be an anti-communist act. So how are these guys even getting into office? How are these Mandamis, Newsons, these people that hate America, how are they even allowed to be elected? We're supposed to have something on the books that prevents communism in this country. If these communist practicing or communist-ass people are doing what, why aren't they in prison? Heck, why aren't a lot of people in prison? Why aren't these hood mamas that are shoplifting all the time? Why are they allowed to have the children? If you ask me, if there's somebody like that, they should have their damn tubes tied. They should force sterilization on people that are that just stupid. You should be forced to be sterilized. If you were that retarded, you should not be allowed to reproduce. Stupid people shouldn't be allowed to breed. Like I said, I don't know where I'm going to get help. I've been on the phone for 2 weeks trying to find a place to go, and I can't. Every apartment complex, 2 bedrooms only, 2 bedrooms only. HUD won't let you have more than 1 bedroom. I try to go through a realtor and buy something. Oh, well, we can't let you buy something because your income's too low. Like I said, every time I've been dealing with this, it's going to take an act of God. I wish God would get off his fucking ass and act. This isn't fair. They shouldn't force me out and the other people like me out because they want to house some scumbag from New York. I'm in it. This is called asshole point. The person that makes this decision, who owns this building, you're an asshole. And I hope you end up in prison for welfare fraud. I hope whoever runs this building ends up in prison and ends up in cell with Big Bubba. And gets your dignity taken from you. Like you're taking it from people like me. You're taking me and my dignity. I think someone should take it from you. I think you should end up in prison, and the first thing they should do, since you're hurting disabled people, is put you in a room with Big Bubba and let him take your dignity. Because you don't really have much of one anyway, if you're this scummy of a greedy piece of crap. I hope the people that run this building end up in prison for welfare fraud, and I hope every one of them gets violated the first day by some big, I don't know, some Big Bubba sexual predator scumbag. And last time I looked, most of the management for this building, I think they're African American. So I think, let's see, the ones that live here, they're definitely African American. So black people like going to jail. Maybe they can go to jail for welfare fraud. Yeah, that'd be something. Doge or whatever, investigate Aston Point for welfare fraud and inhumane treatment of the handicapped.